Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to learn how to write a research proposal or synopsis for entering into PhD programs. And what is a research proposal or a synopsis? Is there any difference between these two? Yes. The difference is that a research proposal is a more detailed paper about your research. It gives more detailed information. And what is a synopsis? A synopsis is more concise, which means more short when compared to your research proposal. But in many cases, we use both these terms interchangeably. We use both these terms as synonyms. And what is a research proposal or a synopsis? And it is a detailed outline of your research. In this research proposal, you are going to give detailed information about your research. And in the research proposal, you are going to mention objectives, methodology, and expected outcomes and bibliography. These are the major things you need to keep in your mind while writing research proposal or a synopsis. And what are the major parts that we need to include in our research proposal or a synopsis? And the major parts are title, introduction, literature review, objectives, research methodology, expected outcomes, and bibliography. These are the major parts that we need to include in our research proposal or synopsis. And the first major part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is title. And what is title? And why it is important? Title is nothing but a brief sentence which summarizes the essence of your research. And it is the very short summary of your research topic. And it gives an idea about your research and your research topic. It also conveys what your research is going to focus. And it gives an idea and essence of your research proposal. A good title grabs the attention of the panel. Panel is nothing but interviewers. It grabs the attention of the panel members. And a good title gives a good impression. And it is the first impression that you are going to make in front of the panel members. So, as we all know, first impression is the best impression. So, a good title gives the best impression. And it clearly shows what your research is about. So, what you're going to do in your research, you are going to mention, you are going to state that thing in a single sentence, that is title. So, title is very important. Be careful while writing a title to your research proposal or synopsis. And the second important thing we need to keep in our mind while writing a research proposal or a synopsis is introduction. Under introduction, you are going to mention background, research question, significance of your research. Yes, you are not going to keep background, research question, significance of your research as subheadings. These are the things that you need to keep in your mind while writing introduction to your research proposal. When it comes to background, you are going to give background, that is context or history of the research topic. You are going to give history of your area of interest. And after that, you are going to mention your research question. Research question is nothing but a specific question that your research is aiming to investigate or aiming to find a solution or answers. Next, significance of your research. Here you are going to include why your research is important and what is the potential impact it will bring and what value your research can bring to the field of your interest, field of your study, and what value your research can bring to the society, and how the outcomes of your research helps in advancing the knowledge, and how these are going to be helpful for future researchers. And this is all about introduction. These are the things that you need to keep in your mind while writing introduction. And the third important part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is literature review. Literature review is nothing but overview of the previous research on various topics that are relevant to your present research. And here you are going to mention critical analysis of the existing research. Yes, literature review or review of literature is nothing but critical analysis and summary of existing research in your area of interest or area of research. Identifying gaps. Here you are going to mention, you are going to highlight the areas where further research is needed. Yes, identifying the gaps is nothing but where you're going to do research. And establishing the context. Establishing the context is nothing but providing background information to your research topic. Here you're going to mention identified patterns, trends, and relationships in existing research to your current research. And under literature review, you are going to mention the examination of research methods, theories that are used in previous research, which are relevant to your research. And literature review is nothing but overview of the previous research on various topics which are relevant to your research. And the fourth important part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is objectives. Objectives are nothing but specific goals, aims, targets, or purposes, and what you're going to do with your research, what your research will investigate, what are the specific goals, what are the specific aims, what are the specific targets and specific purposes. Under objectives, you are also going to mention what are the outcomes that you are going to expect, what are the problems or what are the questions that you have in your brain in conducting this research. And here you are going to mention what you want to find out and what you want to explore. Sorry for the spelling mistake, it is explore, E-X-P-L-O-R-E. And what you want to explore in your research. Yes, having good objectives shows that your research is going to become a good research. So be careful while writing objectives to your research proposal or to your research. And another important part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is research methodology. Yes, research methodology is nothing but a systematic and scientific approach to your research. And under research proposal, research methodology, you are going to mention research design, data analysis techniques, and data collection methods that you are going to apply to your research. When it comes to research design, there are various research designs like experimental research design, survey research design, or case study research design. Likewise, there are several research designs and which research design you are going to apply to your research. And when it comes to data collection methods, there are several data collection methods like surveys, interviews, observations, or primary resources like novels, books. You can mention the data collection methods, or the secondary sources like researchers, previous research that is done in your field. And when it comes to data analysis techniques, there are various data analysis techniques like statistical analysis. When it comes to arts, there are qualitative analysis or content analysis. You can mention any of the analysis that you are going to apply to your data. Different literary theories that you are going to apply. When it comes to literature students, you are going to mention the literary theories, various literary theories that you are going to apply to your research. Yes, while writing research methodology, please go through literary theories that you are going to apply to your research method. And another important part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is expected outcomes. Expected outcomes are nothing but the expected results, findings, or solutions. These are the anticipated results that we are going to achieve. And expected outcomes gives the information about what the research hopes to achieve with his or her research. Here you are going to mention expected outcomes or expected results and expected solutions to your objectives or to your research question. And under expected questions, you are also going to mention the findings that you are going to achieve, and the expected outcomes will provide the clear direction for your research, and it helps in evaluating the success of your research. So by expecting outcomes, we can complete our research. By keeping in mind the expected outcomes, we are going to do our research in a proper way. And the last important part in writing a research proposal or a synopsis is bibliography. Bibliography is nothing but a list of sources that are books, articles, or journals that you have used or that you have mentioned or cited, referenced, or annotated in your research proposal or a synopsis. So why we need to mention bibliography? Because the major intention of providing bibliography is to give credit to the original authors. Like if you mentioned any books or primary texts like novels or anything, you are giving credit to the original authors. So that's why you need to mention the book names or the author names and the author names in under your bibliography. And these are the sources, primary sources or secondary sources that supported your research, that supported your research. You're going to mention the title of the researcher's name and title of their research under your bibliography. And under bibliography, you are also going to mention resources which are useful for further reading, and it brings transparency to your research proposal, and there will be no chances of plagiarism. If you mention a good bibliography, there will be less chances of plagiarism. And if you mentioned anyone's research in your research proposal, you need to mention their name and research title under your bibliography. And this is all about writing a research proposal. Yes, while writing a research proposal or a synopsis, keep in your mind, write your research proposal with the font Times New Roman and use the font size 12. And this is very important while writing a research proposal or a synopsis. And the best resource to get an idea about how to write a research proposal or to see others' research proposal or synopsis, the best place is Shodhganga. You can enter into this website, and after that you can see a number of research papers or synopsis, or you can find the complete thesis of other researchers or previous research. You can type your area of interest, or you can type university name. By writing keywords in that website, you will get a number of research papers. Those will give an idea how to write a research proposal. You will get research papers related to all the subjects. So my suggestion is that go through Shodhganga. And if you like the content, click the like button and like, share and subscribe to my channel. This will give motivation to my further content. For more interesting details related to Osmania University PhD or any PhD programs, visit my channel. Thank you for watching.